I'm on Mount Possible. It's possible, but it was more of a hike than I expected coming out of that gap. Chivo Bald, I guess, is where I took that nice photo that had a big old overlook. And that was not impossible. Coming up out of the knock. That one kicked my butt twice. First day and second day. Oh. It's also where I left the kid with Noro. Poor guy. So it should be predominantly downhill until Sequoia Gap, and then comes the hardest climb of the day. I hope that's the hardest climb. Actually, I hope I just climbed the hardest climb of the day, but I know I didn't. So hopefully this will breeze off 1.6 miles of today. I'd like to make it 8 or 10 miles. I'll see how my feet feel. My shoes are kind of collapsing already because I don't have lace tight enough. I don't know. Met a young lady. She had stayed behind some rhododendrons at camp, and when I see somebody sequestered, I try to leave them alone. But she was a architectural lighting engineer. Pretty cool. She's going to through hike all the way. Kind lady. My goodness. I cannot stop my nose from running. I'm sorry. So, it was a bit chilly this morning. I think we headed out. She left right in front of me at about 9. Because it just wasn't worth getting up and fighting everything at 8. Oh, I'm gonna stop and fix my nose. Maybe in a little bit I'll start recording again, but this is pretty much where I am for the next mile or so. Just downhill, a few little jaunts up, and then we'll see where we're at when we get to Sequoia Gap. And after that, I'm gonna start fussing really, really hard for a very long time. Hopefully it gets warmer today, because I'll get hypothermia for how much I sweat if I start going up there and it's still this cold. This is Sequoia Gap. Let's see. I think over there, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be, because I'm just guessing, but that looks like that'd be a nice little walking trail right across the road, so you wouldn't have to cross the whatever this highway is. It'd be neat. But I spent some time here charging my phone. I ate some oatmeal because I really think I'm not getting enough calories. I know that in my head that I'm not. It's hard whenever your entire life has been like, eat less calories. But they had a nice little place, trash cans, whatever. So I'm about to put my solar charger up, and I'm really just avoiding this next uphill climb. It's gonna stink, but gotta go up to go down. The hike out of that gap wasn't bad, but the mountain that's coming up next, well, there's like a hump, and then you go down, and then it's the real climb of the day. Last night I was having a dream that I was faking seizures. I was arching my back, and rigid and shaking. Couldn't figure out in the dream why I was doing it. It wasn't so much the context in which it was occurring. It was the fact that I was faking seizures. And I've worked with people that faked seizures before. So in that in-between lucidity when I wake up, the guy, you're just remembering things. And then I woke up one time, and I was indeed, my back was tight and spasming, and my legs were kicking and shaking in my hammock. So I wasn't so much faking a seizure as having, they're not spasms, it's not like cramps. It's like restless leg where you just gotta like kick it out. The muscles are tense, but my back was doing it now too. Worked its way up. So I thought on that. I know that because I've had restless legs. I know magnesium and iron are associated with lower prevalence of that. So I'm hoping that when I get to Fontana, I can find some sort of supplement. I doubt that they carry them. It's probably just going to be figuring out foods that are high in iron, and then hoping that, I think my wife and kids sent me some liquid IVs. Maybe that if I drink those in the evening, that'll give me some magnesium, something. I sent home my salt pills. I don't know if those had magnesium in them, but that's my hope anyways, because it's gotten progressively worse. I actually think it might be the iron. Even though, well, I don't know if my rice is fortified with all that. I need to check and see. When I started out, I had a bunch of deer jerky that I was eating on. And I didn't have any of those problems when that ran out about a week and a half ago. That's when I started noticing my legs twitching, and then now my back is following suit in the middle of the night. So I'm gonna blame it on iron for right now. See if I can't find something that will boost that back up. But I'm getting a little excited. I hope they have like a microwave and some burritos or something. That'd be delicious. Junk food. Because I know it's not nutritious, but does it hit the spot. That oatmeal I had back there, I've started turning it. Whenever I have it, I'll do like 4 packets, which is, 2 cups of oatmeal. I had the strawberries and cream, but I water it down to where now it's like a really soupy mix you can just drink. Helps it not burn your mouth, and you can slam it a lot faster. And I had some sugar packets I stole from the hotel like 4 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. Whenever I came up here. I poured those in there. And then I poured some strawberry watermelon drink mix in with it. I should say I could have done without the watermelon, but it made it much more palatable than bland, kind of strawberry flavored, kind of sweet oatmeal. So I am getting some Splenda sit up too. So a little squirt bottle. It just seems like sugar helps stuff go down or makes stuff more appetizing to eat or drink. Salt makes it more appetizing to eat. That and fat, butter, which I got olive oil. So, well, we'll hope that works. Those are some big clovers. Boop, boop. Like, is that 1.5 inches across? Leaves of 3. Although those are relatively safe, yeah. I don't know if you can eat clover. I'm not sure what that is, but they're everywhere. I was in Georgia around a lot of common violet. I think that's edible. And I thought it would have some sort of flavor to it, because there's a really nasty candy. Like it comes in mint and spearmint. It comes in violet flavored. And violet was a funky flavor. It tasted like purple. I thought, well, maybe that's where they get the flavor from. No. It just tastes like a plant. So, I was less thrilled with that. One day I'm going to take a picture of this tree and figure it out. It is not a pawpaw tree. I know it's not a pawpaw tree. It's got those big leaves. Some mysteries are left best undone. Because I know I will come across pawpaw trees if I walk long enough. I was blowing my nose on leaves this morning because I had the sniffle so bad. So I'd find a big old soft leaf and blow it. It is still, whoa, almost was my knee. It's not as comfortable as a rough piece of toilet paper, but it does the job. I don't want snot all over my shirt. Oh, I don't know how long this goes on for. This is not the big climb. But I will check in again when I'm sweaty and miserable if I make it to the top of the mountain. I might just give up, go camping. There's just no water until I'm over the mountain. So I'll probably have to stop at that shelter and refill. Hopefully it'll be warmer by then. It's still like 55 degrees now with the sun. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Halfway into my day, I think. Maybe just a little under. And then the rest of it, whew, let's hope it goes easy, right? There's some rhododendrons. And that is probably the best shot I'll get all day. It's crazy to see in my last video. See how far Fontana Lake was, and now it's quite a bit closer. So to see how far one can move. There's a cool little road down there in a silo. Huh. Not too far away from civilization if you had to make it. This has been, well, it is what it is. I'm not gonna fuss. I've done well on the inclines because there's still some climbs, but as long as they're not those stupid 45-degree steps that go on for a mile, I can do okay. Then you get to, I'm just scared I'm gonna fall on these rocks. That's my fear. But boop boop, there's another one. Pretty neat. I think I'm just shooting for 8 miles today. Fontana's another 8. I'll roll into town late. Well, 4. Hopefully. Maybe. And then hopefully stop by the marina, see how fast their Wi-Fi is. Go to the shelter. Catch a ride in the morning to the lodge to get my mail. See how fast their Wi-Fi is. If it's slow, go to the visitor center, see how fast their Wi-Fi is. Because I have got to get these videos off my phone. Reception out here is terrible. And it could be my phone. It could be my service. I don't know. Because I'm cheap. But anyways, I'll keep walking. Walking. Slowly but surely making it. It looks better, right? Until it doesn't. I was gonna camp down by where some water was, but it was quite a hike, even from the campground. Then a family showed up, had about a 12-year-old, and one of them had a voice that I gotta say the voice was annoying. How they used the voice was annoying. So I moved on. I didn't have my hammock undone. I was just sitting down resting. So I moved up about 3/4 of a mile and no water around, but I'll hit some in the morning. I'll have enough for tonight. I think I've already gone through nearly 1.5 liters just cooking. I made myself eat a lot compared to what I've been eating. I also got here at like 4:45, so I had time to sit down and cook, because cooking takes an inordinate amount of time. Really just getting the water to boil at low temps, or without using a whole bunch of propane, butane, whatever I'm using, ISO something. I don't even know what it is. Shouldn't it say on the label, right? ISO something. ISO pure. I don't know. It's something. It's a blend. I tried. So anyways, I had a rip and eat, like, you know, those bagged meats you see in Walmart that you probably pass by. Well, those are a treat out here. So I had a barbecue one waiting for me for a bad day. Today's not a bad day. I just feel exhausted. And then Pastor Steve had given me Swiss Miss. So I mixed that in with an instant coffee and drank that. And then I had a bouillon cube with some tomato paste and some spaghetti packet and some butter. The spaghetti packet was like that powdered stuff that you get. It actually makes a really good soup base, even if I wasn't out here hungry. And then I have some Spanish rice over here that's chilling. It's hot. I'm trying to get it cooled down so I can wolf it down. And then I was sitting here, and a little voice in the back of my head that I've been trained for over the past 10 years, from one of my old employees, still a good friend, rang in my head, and it said, "Have you cleaned your belly button?" Because these are the kinds of questions we'd ask in the clinic when we were teaching daily living skills, but they just like to harass me about it. And I said, no, I haven't, so I need to clean my belly button. And I needed to clean my belly button. It was disgusting. Things you forget about here. So I wiped down my legs. They were looking pretty brown. And then that voice said, "What about your ears?" And I was like, oh no, I haven't cleaned my ears either. So I cleaned my ears. And then it said, "Behind your ears." Okay, thank you. They were all pretty disgusting. Like, okay. That's just one of the racks. I used 5. I get a shower tomorrow, I think, if I make it all the way to Fontana. I mean, I should. It's only like 7 miles to town, 9 miles to the shelter. The shelter has showers, so I'm excited about this. I hope it's not a letdown like some of the other places have been, like the Knock or Mountain Crossing, you know. But we'll see. I will sit there until I have videos uploaded. I don't care if it takes all day. For one, I'll sit there for 5 days and upload them because I need those off my phone. So then I can go to the Smokies. So we'll check that out. I mean, force me to eat frozen burritos or whatever they have there. I will. So anyways, I'll set up tonight. It should be a full day of walking tomorrow. I'm not planning to be in town by the time that the marina's still open. If I got there by 4, no, if I got there by 3, it'd be really nice. But that means I have to wake up early. And there's a big It's not a big climb. The end, so after I got over that one major climb that I was worried about, it actually was really fairly nice, pretty flat. I mean, even the ups weren't bad. And like, I can handle the inclines just fine. I could have walked on that for 12 miles, going up and down, because the ups weren't like 45-degree angles. I've also been weaning myself off of anti-inflammatory drugs. I knew I needed them coming out here when my knees started swelling. I really needed them. And today I didn't take anything, and my knees are swelling again. Or they were this morning. Yeah, nope. Ooh. I have a place where I'm missing part of my kneecap, and you can, whoa, didn't mean to do that. You can poke in there if it's swollen, and you can definitely feel the swelling. So I'm gonna have to take me some anti-inflammatories tonight. But I did like 9 miles. I mean, I was gonna make myself stop at 8 just because of that. And then popped ahead. So hopefully tomorrow will go pretty well. If I can get those knees happier. I think I'm just now to the point where I can say 8 is good on my body. My feet, not so bad. Except if I have those 6-mile hikes. I think those balds just wrecked me. And then coming out of the NOC, that big old climb, I'm not used to that. Minnie this morning told me I'll get my trail legs under me, and I was like, I've been out here almost 30 days. I still ain't got them under me. Although I do have blood vessels that are showing in my calves now. I'm not sure if they're about to aneurysm or if I'm just finally getting some more blood flow to those muscles that never have been used. Let's hope it's not an aneurysm, because there's a lot. I look down sometimes and I think, oof, are those varicose veins that I'm making pop out? We're just gonna hope that it's me getting fit. It's like boot camp. I'm trying to think of what else. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that's about it. So, wish me luck for tomorrow. Like I said, I really want to get to the dam by probably 3 o'clock. It's not going to happen. I don't feel it happening unless those trails are just really nice. Because whenever they're really nice, I can book it at about 2 miles an hour. Otherwise, like if I'm going uphill or it's not a nice climb, I go like half a mile an hour. Or if it's really rooty, downhill, half a mile an hour. Because I walk like a grandpa on a walker down those. And the trail has, I mean, for as good as the trails were today, there was only probably a 1.5 mile section where I felt comfortable opening it up and actually walking fast. Because that's how you get a black toenail, by walking too fast on places with a root that just randomly sticks up. So, I got a message from Steve and Paula. They made it. They're like a whole day ahead of me. Day and a half ahead of me. They were booking it, apparently. So props to them. And I think they're heading home now. Steve did text me and say that the guy who was at the shelter texted him, said he was feeling better today, might give it another day, and then either head back to the NOC or keep going to Fontana. So I'm glad that he didn't die. And that, all things considered, what is that, like maybe 24 or 36 hours of noro, and then he's able to keep stuff down. So I'm glad he's feeling better, because from the sounds of it, he was not okay. But maybe I'll get to see him along the way and tease him about it. I'm still not touching him.
2 weeks. Wherever he goes, I'm not going. Nasty, nasty bug. But I don't think I caught it from him. There's for sanitation. Because I'd probably be sick by now if I did. I still have tomorrow, right? Maybe I get sick in Fontana. I don't want to get sick in the Smokies. So, yeah, that's it for now. I'll be fussing tomorrow, I'm sure, at one point in time, going up a hill. But after that, I hope it goes really smoothly. If not, oh well. I think I will end up at Fontana Shelter, regardless. If I have to pull in there at 9 o'clock at night and sleep on a picnic table. Yeah, I'll do it. Because they have showers. I hope I get there earlier than 9. I mean, I have to, right? At least by like 7. If I walk straight through, I'm probably going to stop at the marina and just see what their Wi-Fi does, though. Because I really need a shower before I go out of town. Right? Maybe not. I have a pair of clean shorts. We'll try that if everything else fails. So I'm going to get to the Spanish rice before it gets too cold.